Boom.
Smoke in the building. All gas, no Monday. Let's ride. All gas, no Monday. Foot down, don't stall. No brakes on my dream. Hear that engine call. Sunrise in my soul. Friday on my mind. We don't drift the life, we grind on time. All gas, no Monday. Living on go. Heart in the hustle, fire in my flow. No excuses round me, no sleep on the plane. If you rollin' with smoke, move while you can. Woke up with a purpose, dust on my shoes. Hard days behind me, still paying my dues. Mama said push, don't you beg for a break. So I grind like the rent, do first thing at 8. Plant my own seeds, let the good Lord reign. Turn pressure to diamonds, turn hurt to gain. No half-step living, no fear in my chest. Came too far, baby, can't settle for less. All gas, no Monday. Hear that motor cry. Got faith in my heart, got truth in my stride. From the first sunrise to the last amen. We don't just talk, we move. Let's win. It's your host, Smoke. All gas, no Monday. Now get up and move. But
and everything. That's tight.
hey, welcome to another episode of All Gas No Monday. That's right, I'm your host Smoke, where we live every day like it's Friday. Man, I can't tell you the guests I have on today. This man right here is like a brother from another mother. This dude is an educator, a mental health advocate, and I'm proud to call him my brother and my friend. He's born out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and he was molded from the Grambling State University. He's changing lives every single day. And me and him both are proud members of United African American Men, which we call UAAM. I want to present to some and to all Dr. Frank Smith. What's going on, brother?
Man, good evening, brother. How you doing, man? What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, what's up, man? What's up with you? Yeah, it's good. It's
Man,
good to have you on, man.
man, I'm so blessed and thankful and grateful, bro, that you me, man. And yeah, man, it's just a long time coming. I know we have to run it back, man. So yeah, brother, I'm thankful, man. Thank you for the work that you're doing. I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me on your platform and whatever I can do to support you, brother. I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate everything you do and you do for the community too. So yeah, that's a big up. So
Yes, sir.
let's start from the beginning, right? Growing up in New Orleans. What life lesson shaped you as a man of today?
Man, I would say this. I was born in New Orleans, and I was reared majority of my life in a small town, like about 15, 20 minutes on the outskirts of New Orleans, called New Saltpea, Louisiana. If you blink, you're
Mhm.
gonna miss it, man. And growing up in a working class family, man, having that strong work ethic, that values, surrounded by a loving, supporting family, man, and the community that really supported me and poured into me. But man, just having good role models like my father and having men around to look up to, whether it was my brother-in-law, my uncles, you know, my sisters, like just having that family support, man. But what I say, man, what really shaped me more than anything is growing up in that working class background, man, teach you a lot about grit, how to be resourceful for certain things, um, how to survive, man. Like really, how to stretch things out. So it was able to, I was able to use that to go through the rest of my life. Sometimes you have to tap back into those skills in order to get things done. So man, being humble about stuff, man. We didn't have a lot, but we always ate. We're always surviving over everything, man. So, that upbringing, it definitely shaped me. It definitely molded me to where I'm at right now in life, and I thank the Lord for it.
Yeah, indeed, brother. Indeed. I can truly attest to
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. So, what was the moment that you knew education was your calling?
uh, Man, back in high school, that's right. My senior year, we had to do a senior project, and we had to shadow somebody, and I shadowed our high school coach, Coach Stephen Robichaux. Um, my whole thing getting an education, I wanted to be a football coach. And that was the reason why. As I got into coaching, I started learning more about the academic side in the classroom. And
Yeah.
it dawned on me that in order to do football, you need academics because you can't have one without the other.
Yep.
College, big change for me because that's when I realized like I NFL, you got that dream. That wasn't going to be the case or nothing like that. But the coaching aspect was there. And I had a great academic advisor at the time, Dr. Walter Davis, who really poured into me about the educational aspect of it. And I went on, started my career in education to be a football coach, but the classroom kept calling me. I saw the need in there, and from there, man, it just took off from there. My first job out of college was a kindergarten teacher. I got hired on the spot. My first interview, I didn't know no better. I was just happy to
Yeah.
have a job.
Yeah.
Brother, that was one of the most challenging things in my life to do that. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
but I stuck with it, and went on to teach sixth grade, and other courses, other classes, and everything. Man, and it was just eye opening. But for me, it was more of a being a teacher. I wish I had growing up. Being somebody that's relatable to the students, finding things that they find relevant, and teaching towards that, meeting them where they're at to take them where they want to go. Like what my teachers
Mhm.
did for me, my professor did for me, Dr. Walter Davis. He was a black man at Grambling with a PhD from Harvard. Just so happened
Mm.
that I wound up, being the same fraternity as him as well. But I mean, he poured into me, so it was like me paying it forward, man. Education was something that I always wanted to do. Again, it's just to couldn't do it for me to get into it was football. That was my hook.
Yeah.
That would hook me. But at the end of the day, man, I'm a pure educator.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing, man. That's what we gotta do for these future men and women out there. We have to paint it forward.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole thing about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So who were your biggest influencers growing up?
Man, I would have to say first and foremost, like my daddy. Like I grew up with my father in a household. I saw what it was like seeing a man being a breadwinner, being a leader, and how he conducted affairs and how he dealt with things, how he handled things, how he managed his emotions and everything, and trying to do, take care of family. Now I would have to attach onto that my brother-in-law, Emerson Chapman. I could argue and say that he had an even greater impact on me because my father passed away when I was 14. But my
Yeah.
brother-in-law picked up that mantle, and I mean, he taught me how to be a man.
Yeah.
In order to be a man, you have to meet a man. So here I am, really lost at the time, losing my father, trying to figure it out. like trying to figure out life. Yeah, my mom had done an excellent job of trying to do it, but she couldn't do it herself because
Yeah.
she, she had to understand like I was going into, being a young man. But my brother-in-law, man, he played the biggest impact on me, and I would say closely with my uncles, my uncle Calvin, my uncle Floyd, Uncle Manzi, like just having those men around me, supporting me, man, and showing me the way. And I would be remiss if I didn't add, like, not only that, getting outside of my family circle, the orbit of my college professor, even Dr. Walter Davis, getting out the orbit of that, certain mentors that I've had throughout my career, whether it was Mike Bland, my spiritual advisors, whether it's Dr. Timothy Brown, man, like men played a certain role in my life and get to me when, sorry, get to where I'm at right now in life, man. And I owe it to those people, man. I've always sought out mentorship. I've always asked questions about, man, certain things, how to handle certain situations. Now, I ain't saying I always didn't. Took the advice the first time around, but man, eventually I got it, and man, it's just part of life. But like those guys played a big part of my life, man.
Yeah, that says something. That's a huge testament to, how you are as today, a man with a doctorate, and you're doing. um I'm proud of you, and you just keep continuing to grow each and every day, and that's just a true testament of the men that was in your life that impacted you. So that's big
Yes,
ups.
I would say
So
this too, man. Before that, I'm gonna add this into, man, that friendship circle, bro. Like, be honest, man, my friends, like, think about our friendship, our friends, our UWM brothers and all that stuff like that, man. It was never no ego or anything like that between us. It was more of like us supporting each other and pushing each other, man. Like, I look up to you, man. You an officer in the army, brother. How many niggas say that? How many black
yeah.
niggas say that? And just to see you doing your thing, man, like that's inspiration all in itself, brother.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for real.
Yeah.
So how did how did going to Grambling State change your whole mindset?
Man, look, I how I even got to Grambling was short of a miracle, man. I did not have the best test scores coming out of high school. My high school sweetheart at the time, her father, God bless the dead, Mr. Oscar Gooks, made me go to this college, right, at our high school campus. And I applied to Grambling, wasn't thinking nothing much of it. I didn't think I was gonna get accepted or nothing like that, man. But
Yeah.
I was dating, I had to follow his rules. So I did it. And lo and behold, man, I got accepted there. And I told myself, like, well, I'm gonna go and give it a chance. I'm gonna try it out. Work. I was gonna go to the military. I already took my ASVAB. I had a passing score. I was gonna, just get myself together to try to do military. But I got accepted in Grambling, and that first week I got there, I knew I made the right decision. Man, I didn't want to leave, bro. It was so much going on in that campus, boy.
Yeah.
Lord. But I mean, when I got there, I realized I wasn't the only one like me. I was the first in my family to go to college. So here I am amongst all these other people, and like here, they're first year generation, first college student, first year, first generation college student as well. So,
Yeah.
we all trying to figure it out and stuff like this, man. But Grambling was the place for me. I couldn't have went to Southern or nowhere close to home. 'Cause I was, that'd still kept me close to the home and going back. Nah, Grambling was further enough, but close enough to where I could get there if I got to. But it was further enough away that nobody wasn't gonna really come up there and bother me or nothing like that. And I know I just couldn't
Yeah.
just hop on or go down the road 90 miles away or somewhere like Southern. But Grambling, man, that that good country air. It was such fresh, seeing all those trees and all those woods and everything, man.
Yeah.
And I'm meeting all these different people from parts of Louisiana I ain't never heard of. I ain't never heard of
Yep.
Quitman, Zuwali, and
Yep.
man, Farmersville, Dubach, just
Yep.
all them little towns, man. Uh, bro, I mean, come on, think about it. I ain't had hot water cornbread till I got to Grambling. It was all jiffy. I was just eating that sweet stuff. First time I had hot water cornbread was the spring break. I came kicked it with you, man. I went by your family, man, and shared dinner with them, man. And that was my first time eating that. Uh,
Yep.
Grambling, man, it was what it needed to be, man. The Lord knew where He was putting me at. Uh,
Yeah.
the supporting cast that was there, the professors, man. I always mention Dr. Walter Davis, but it was some other cats, Dr. Jimmy McJameson, Dr. Ronnie Davis, Dr. Francis Staten, Dr. Rose Harris, man. I could go on and on about the professors there that really poured into me, man, and really took a chance with me, the opportunity for me to travel the country, for me to do things, for me to get involved in politics, SGA, and things of that nature. Like
Yeah.
it was like a beacon of hope for me, man. And the friendships that I established at Grambling, the people that I met there, uh, the I mean, bro, it was life changing for me, man. And it's a place that I hold near and dear to my heart, man. I would Grambling really made me a man. Like that place made like I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't from Grambling. It was a foundation for me, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I like that. I like that. Shout out to Grambling State, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
man.
yeah. So we talked a little bit about your origin, so we're gonna get on the mental health and social aspect, right? So you've been
Yes, sir. Yeah.
spending uh over a decade, researching social emotion learning. Why is it so important for students today?
Well, man, if you look at it right now, the current generation, man, like the mental health aspect is real big. And if you, I'm assuming you grew up how I grew up, where it was like, man, you had to toughen up, you had to deal with things like manhandle things differently. To some degree, that's true. But how we deal with and how we go about it, man, is to me it needed to be tapped into. It needed to come to the forefront, particularly in our community, man. Therapy wasn't
Yeah,
something that we were taught, to how to manage your emotions, how to identify what's going on with you internally, to try to express yourself in a way and communicate in a way that you could get the help that you need. So for me, like when I go to like why, how I got to that point, man, it was me working with Momentous Institute time. And Momentous Institute is a real big, powerful organization that studied mental health and social emotional well-being. They work with CASEL, which is the Collaborative Academic Social and Emotional Learning out in California. They was a founder of it. And here I am working with some of the students that I was working with. And as I'm going through this curriculum and I'm conducting the research, I'm part of the research team and everything like this here, I'm starting to uncover stuff about myself that I didn't know about. Like it was the trip part. I found out what ACEs mean, adverse childhood experiences, type of emotional neglect, the things of that nature. People just think of the physical as part of it, but like that mental part of it, man, like being picked on when you were younger,
yeah,
having to deal with a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you handle those situations? How do you maintain that self? Because we were taught to, knuckle up, fight. That ain't always how you got to solve. So for
yep,
me, man, as I'm with those kids, I'm starting to unpack more and more about myself, learning about myself. And at that time, like that's when I was like, okay, this is the field I want to get into, this area I want to be in. And particularly because we don't have enough representation in this field, because they are, in human nature, you're gonna have biases. There's gonna be some subjectivity in some of it, and some stuff, man. But for me, it was like, man, these boys I was dealing with, they were reminding me of, and I didn't have nobody to pull me by my coattail until it was too late. You know what I'm saying? And thankfully, the Lord blessed me so I could be out. I ain't had to go through no real traumatic situation like going to jail or nothing like that. I mean, definitely doing stuff to get in trouble. You know, Had I had a good, solid mentor at the time, man, somebody really to help me navigate life, I'd have went about things differently. So for me, it was the why, man. Like it hit home. It was personal at that point, man, with me doing this research. So when I when I look at the students today, man, like the mental health aspect, think about it, man. They on social media, they trying to compare themselves to each other. Everybody know, man, they on social media, like people only gonna show the highlights. They ain't gonna show you the struggle to what it take to get there. There's a lot of people
Yeah,
perpetrating, faking, making it, fronting. We
yeah,
call it stunting back in, and deep down, man, they're hurt. They're hurt. They're hurting. They're struggling with stuff. Look at the relationship standards that we have in today's society, man. Look how students respond to stuff. Look at the outpouring. You ain't go look on YouTube videos and just see how people handle traffic stops. Something simple as and get your license and registration. Just comply and get the people what they ask for. Go on and you hold court when you get to court. You don't do it on side of the road. But if you haven't been taught that behavior, you have to be regulated how to handle yourself in certain situation. You fly off. We call it flipping the lid. That frontal lobe right here. There's a lot going on, and executive decision making at that time is all haywire because you've been taught to respond a certain way, and that way sometimes when you respond overly, emotionally, you lose is not the best way. So you have to teach those what we call soft skills to our people, man. And particularly to our students. It's harder to do it with an adult than it is with a student. But
yeah,
be those things got to be taught, man. Got to be talked about. Got to be on the forefront. So I love the fact that now is being talked about more than ever than it was. I think COVID changed a lot of that, changed a lot of the narrative. When people were stuck at home, don't know if the
yeah,
world gonna end and all that stuff like that. Everybody, freaking out and stuff like that. Nah, yeah, it's real. It hit home. So,
yeah,
like I said, everything happened for a reason. So it's here to stay now. And I think the literature out there, the research out there, is only gonna get more and more as more people dive into it.
yeah. So true. Yes, indeed. So, what are your biggest mental health struggles you see in students?
Man, self awareness. All behavior is learned directly or indirectly by observation, right? So what I've experienced and what I've seen with my research and things of that nature, and you see students respond to certain stimuli based off what they grew up with and what they
Yeah,
seen in their everyday life. So it called the first piece of self-awareness. You have to be aware of what your triggers are. And then the second piece is called the self-management piece. Like now you got to be able to manage what you know you're aware of. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like for recovering alcoholic, you don't want to bring him to the bar or to no
yeah,
club or no lounge. It's a trick. Like I know that I can't handle certain things, so don't put me in that situation, or I got to
for
be able
sure.
to know myself to manage that situation. So students have to learn how to one identify what is bothering them, what emotion is being triggered, but also how to manage it. You know what I'm saying? Then there's also the social awareness piece of it, like being aware of your surroundings and things of that nature, because certain behavior is acceptable in one place, it may not be acceptable somewhere else. So understanding the cultural norms and values where you at, you also have the responsible decision making part of this. You also have like just the building relationship part of it, which is the foundation that ties all of it together. So if you don't have a good relationship with this student and you talking to this person a certain way and stuff like this, say what type of response you expect for them to have? You haven't built no
Exactly.
foundation and stuff like that, man. So the relationship piece got to happen, but it also goes into how does that look if you never had it, particularly among our boys, man. You know, if you don't have no male around in a male-led household, your emotions typically display of what you see, which is your
Yeah,
mom. So Now I got to teach you how to handle this a certain way because you've only seen it one way. And now you here amongst all these other males, and now you got to deal with it. So it's a lot, man. We have a lot of work to do in general. But like I say, it's at the point right now where I'm glad that where now the conversation is being had, and you seeing people in other fields, whether it's the military talking about mental health, stuff like this, whether it's in the private sector. Obviously, we got it in the with education and things like this, but even organizational health, man. Like, people are tired, people are stressed out. They're worried about the economy, how they gonna make ends meet, how they gonna pay bills. All that ties into SE, all that ties into the mental health piece.
Yeah, yeah, it's so true. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
So, how can parents help their kids manage their emotions?
The first thing parents got to do is listen more than anything, man. You'll be surprised when you sit down with a student or any kid and you just ask them questions and let them go off, let them talk, let them just get it all out. You're gonna get more information than you expect. So you gotta listen to what they're saying. You also gotta be very observant, like being engaged, engagement matters. The quality of engagement matters with your student, with
Yeah,
their kid, but with students. But man, you have to take your time, you have to be delicate, but you also have to meet them where they're at in order to meet them where you want them to go. Oftentimes we rule from an authoritarian perspective. Like, I say do this and you do that. And that's the end of that. Okay. You get compliance, but you really get down to the root cause of what's going on. And what typically happens is when you take that approach, you're gonna get the opposite. Like, it's the how new laws of motion, for every action there's an opposite or reaction. So
yeah,
when you go that route, stand first, you typically get the opposite reaction. So they have to understand, and they have to take the time to listen to what's going on, man. Being actively engaged in their lives, and observing. Observing looks like, who your friend is, where you from, who his parents is,
yeah,
what they got going on. Let me go meet these. Let me go meet their folks. Let me go see how they
yeah,
handle. Let me see how they things going. So we missed out on all that because then they go back to that piece of the relationship building. Like, I gotta have a relationship with these people because this son is hanging with my son. I don't know what influence he coming with. I don't know how he raising in their household. I
true,
don't know what
true.
they doing. So you have to be engaged. That ain't mean being a friend. That mean
Yeah,
being engaged, understanding, and seeing what's going on, asking questions and getting the answers. You know, don't just be so quick to rule with the fist without having an understanding about what's going on. Just like anything you do, as far as like our military, y'all that us, you got to go through that whole list of, okay, man, what's the objective? What's the method?
yeah,
How we go? So you have to go about your student and saying, and then you'll be able to make an informed decision. But if you just going in there without no background knowledge of what's going on, and you're liable to make the situation worse than getting better.
yeah. Like you said, like it's a method to the madness, right? But um, like I could take one of your attributes that you put out. We talk about in the military is active listening. That's one of the key components that we need to, be able to have, being a soldier in the army. So yeah.
So
So if schools don't teach emotional skill, right, what happens later in life?
you watch the YouTube videos, and you just watch YouTube videos of people getting pulled over. Watch some of the videos of how they when they go on the Carnival cruise lines. Watch some of the
Yep.
Spirit Air videos. You see, they become adults. And now you have an adult that's dysregulated, don't know no situational awareness, don't have no social awareness, don't have the proper relationship skills to communicate what's going on, not self-aware of what's triggering them, and don't know how to manage their emotions. And what
Emotions. Yeah.
happens? This just get bad. And then we know we got that problem of like to blame everybody else for what's going on. Sometimes, bro, sometimes, a lot of times, we could be our own worst enemy, bro. Like, because we don't take the
Yep.
time to even sit, try to think about, man, what am I doing to make this situation worse? They don't know anything
Yep.
about no de-escalation techniques. Like, let me, you know what? Yes, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Something simple as polite as manners. That's a skill. That's a soft skill. That's a social skill that you have to develop. So, what happens is, man, they grow older and you have a hardware of a full grown adult, but you have the software, the emotional maturity of a child. Those tampers, they call them Karens and stuff like that. I need to
Yep.
speak to the man. They don't know about that stuff,
Yep.
man. And you know, in the military, man, you can't lose your cool. You gotta be mentally sharp when you out there, man. You got people lives on
Yep.
your, on the line, stuff like that,
Yeah,
man.
you
So,
got it.
I'm sorry, you going on, bro.
No, I'm just saying, just caveat on you. You gotta have composure. You gotta be able to control and regulate those emotions because, we always have that thought in our mind. You gotta think before you react. So
There
you
you
have
go.
to be able to control those emotions. Yeah.
So, a lot of times, man, it becomes reactionary. You grow older and you look at the behavior of society, man, how we enact with stuff. And I know, and I'm not saying this to, to trigger anything, but I'm just saying this in the sense of like, it's easy to say, oh, the cop did this, the cop did that, man. That cop I want to go home to their family too. They got a
Yep.
wife, kids, take this ticket and go on back to business, man. Pay that little fine and move on. Don't sit back, go back. I'm just using that as one example. But I would say even in the educational sense, you can see it formulating that. You can see it starting off there. So we could track. There's, behavioral psychology, behavioral functional behavior assessment. You could track these things. This is data driven. You could track, if you do this, the likelihood of you doing this is going to happen at the end. So it's all a science. It's all there. And you look at certain behaviors and you see a response to certain things. That's what it is, to change even consumer behavior. When they started doing all those fights on Carnival Cruise, what did Carnival Cruise do? Ain't no more rap music. Ain't
Yep.
no more fans. They gonna change the
Yep.
rules. You
Yep.
know, it's just certain things. So we have to do that. And like I said, this affects everybody in general. But like I'm saying specifically for us and stuff like that, especially with our boys. Hey man, bro, we have some work to do.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. We sure do. Most definitely. So give us one emotional skill that every adult should learn but never did.
Let me ask you a question. You ever
So
drove home? You ever drove home, pulled in your driveway, and when you pull up in the driveway, get in the garage, you don't put the garage down, but you just sit in that car for about an extra 5 or 7 minutes, just like
yeah. Yep. That breathing technique. Yep.
get it out. You know, it's something simple like box breathing, man. Like it's like we go, move, 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 and we never take the time to just
Yep.
just hit a little reset, man. Because what it do is it gives you that time to reflect. It gives you that time to like again the self-awareness piece. Before you walking out the door and your little daughter run up to you, your wife come talking to you, I gotta get me together. All right.
Yep.
Gotta turn off what I dealt with from work. Recharge, reset. All right. And deal with that. You got and that's a different set of skill that you gotta deal with. You ain't gonna
Yep.
deal with your wife and your daughter the same way you deal with the soldiers that's under you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to take those times, man. And the biggest thing is self-awareness. You have to be aware of what you going through. Be able to identify the emotion that you feeling. That's the first piece. If you could do that first piece, everything else gonna start falling in line. Then you'll be able to how to manage it because now you know what's going on with it. It's just like when your check engine light come on. If you don't get that check engine light checked out, what gonna happen?
Shoot, your car, something gonna happen to your car.
Not only will something happen to the car, the engine, next thing you know, the transmission, next thing you know, the radiator, just everything breaking down. So you gotta take care of the main thing first, man. And that's understanding what the problem is. I gotta know what's bothering. And oftentimes we don't have these places to talk about it, man. Particularly men, man, we internalize a lot, bro.
Oh yeah,
Man, we carry a lot on our shoulders that we
yeah,
don't even talk about. Like, go on, keep
yep.
it going. But that's why you got a space like this where we could talk amongst each other, talk amongst brother. We got that Psalm 133, man. How good is pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity.
Yep.
Let's talk. Let's work this out in unity. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because you ain't going through this by yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we taught those things, man.
Yep. That's so true, man. I could definitely concur with you on that. Yeah, definitely so true. So yeah, we talked about the mental health and social, emotional learning, right? So now we're gonna get, your steps into the community. So
Yes, sir.
you don't just walk the walk and talk the talk. You in the community. Just from you volunteering with your fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Xi Tau Lambda chapter. Then you working with Rustin Star, number 73, Prince Hall, Masonic Lodge. And then you also serve in the Bethel Baptist Church in the Pit Ministry covering Oak Cliff, which is South Dallas. So
Yes,
why
sir.
is it? So why is the community service non-negotiable for Black men?
Man, because the old African proverb say it takes a village, man. So you
Yep,
part
the
of that
break. Yep,
village. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not doing work in the village, how am I really helping somebody?
yep,
It's a blessing to be a servant leader, man. You know, you always say it's better to give than receive. So I'm pouring out and I'm paying it forward what was poured in and poured out forward towards me, man. If it wasn't for
yep,
the men that I had in my life, the family I had, my community, uh, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So it's one of those things that's incumbent upon me, you, people in our situations to do what we got to do in order to help our community. And I would say this, man. Uh, Minister Farrakhan always talked about a lesson that King Solomon taught in the Bible about studying the ants and stuff like that. If you study an ant colony, right, you go
yep.
outside and you see an ant pile, and let's just say you accidentally step on an ant pile. What do you see those ants do?
They react.
They react, but they scrambling, they putting together, and by the time you there the next day, guess what happened? What happened with that ant pile? They built it back up.
Back up. Yep,
They they gonna work together as a community. Not only that, you look at the ant, they may find a breadcrumb or a piece of bread or
yep,
something like this here. They gonna all go to that. Now the one that found it gonna probably get a good little chunk off it, but guess what's gonna happen? He gonna leave little crumbs all the way back, so the whole colony can come and get
yeah,
where
yep.
everybody gonna eat. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
here we are, God's greatest creation. We made in His likeness and image,
Yep.
and we
True.
don't even want to start something small as the ant that could teach us something in life. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, what I do, and in my position, I understand the weight that goes along with it. You as an army
Yeah.
officer, what you got going on, you understand the weight that goes with it. So my job is to train other little Dr. Smiths, just like Dr. Walter Davis trained me. I can have some
Yep.
more just coming. You to have some other officers coming in after you
Yep.
that gonna carry the legacy, man, to keep this thing going. Because at some point we all have to depart this world. We have to go back to the Lord.
Yep.
You gotta do that work, man. The pit, man, trust me, that wasn't nothing I even Dr. Timothy Brown, that's all him, man. My brother-in-law called us a while ago, but I mean, I had to get under the right covering and under the right leadership for him to extract certain things out of me. And he gave me a lot of challenges. But it's just one of those things, man. When you try to be a good man, you gotta deal with it, bro. You gotta do it. And it's
Yeah.
not always easy. No, it's not always easy, brother. But it's
Yeah.
one of those things
Yeah.
that when you get that assignment, the weight that goes with it, you have to do it. And I would say this, going to the ministry side of it, everybody that God chose to do something and lead something, he put them through something first.
Yeah.
From Genesis to
Yeah.
Revelation, you read the whole Bible, man.
Yeah.
Whether it was Abraham, told him, man, look, I need to take your son. Go on,
Son
sacrifice for me. Man,
sacrifice. Yeah.
hard pill to swallow, man. Got to give up your child. But what did he do? He went there, the Lord stopped and said, nah. You see what I'm saying? Moses, I
Yeah.
need you to go on lead these people. Lord, I can't do it. I'm stuttering. Give me some. No. Look, I tell you what. I'm gonna send Aaron to help you, your brother, but you gonna do this. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? His only son, Jesus, the
Yeah.
begotten one. Hey man, I need you to go down. The Lord had to go to the desert by himself and talk. Father, why I gotta? Hey man, look, you gotta do the assignment. Satan
Yeah.
came to him. I give you all this. No. The gates of hell wide
Mhm.
open. And and Satan ain't going after nobody he already got. He want the
Yeah.
ones that, is going right. He want them righteous ones. And guess what? The Lord even told him to try him. Here
Yeah.
Job go. Hear my servant. Try him. I tell you what, you can do whatever you want to him. You just can't kill him. Man,
Yeah.
Job had everything.
Yeah.
Satan took it all. The Lord give it, Lord take it. I'm gonna ride with him.
Yeah.
And in the end, Job got everything he wanted. At some point, he started questioning God. God told him, "Who
Mhm.
created the earth? Who created the mountain? Who created the ocean? Who created the...
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing." But he had to test him, man. And we all get that test in life, bro. But particularly
Oh
me,
yeah.
that get leadership. You know what I'm saying? It don't come without a test. And
Yeah.
you have to be able to identify that self-awareness, knowing when the devil attacking you, and now how to manage the situation. Well, I got the Lord on my side. Well, we're gonna deal with it. Ain't no weapon formed against us gonna prosper.
That's what. Yeah.
That ain't gonna mean they ain't gonna attack. They just ain't gonna
Yeah.
prosper. So,
Possibly. Yeah.
but it's a challenge, brother.
Yeah. So, what impact has volunteering had on your life?
Man, it's obviously a positive impact, man. A healthy impact, because when you're doing good for others, man, it feels good. It's good for the
It
soul, man.
feels
It's
good.
good for
Yeah.
your spirit, man. It keep you actively engaged. It keep you with a sound mind. It keep you out of
Yeah.
trouble. You know, idle mind is a devil workshop. But when you doing the
Yeah.
good, you doing the Lord's work, whatever, you serving people, man, guess what? You ain't got time for it, because you on the mission that you have to do. So it's volunteering, man, is it's a selfless thing to do, man, but it's a righteous thing to do. It's a healthy thing to do, man. When you have that good spirit, and then what happens when you're doing it? Guess what happens? You surround yourself with other people that's like you. That's aligned with what you're doing. So it's like, birds of a feather gonna flock together. You know,
Yeah.
when you around good people with good energy, good spirit, it radiates, it permeates throughout the whole group. Now
Yeah.
everybody's on the line. It's like, it creates a good chorus at that point. But
Yeah.
volunteering is very important, man. Excuse me. We should do it more often. It should be something that's just daily, and everybody gonna look at it differently. The way you volunteer, and what you volunteer for, gonna look differently for somebody else, man. But the Bible tell you, man, everybody got a talent, and use your gift for what it is. So my gift was education. Guess what? I'm doing something to education. Whether it's my knowledge when it comes to athletics or something like that, I'm gonna use that to do right, to do good, man. Just be a good person, man.
Yeah. And then you want to surround yourself with people like you said. I'm gonna use example. My fraternity, Omega Psi Phi fraternity, right? Those great four founders, they were men of intellect. That was like-minded people. You got to have surround yourself with people that have good intentions. So you definitely need to surround yourself with positive people because this world that we live in now, is so much destruction and self-hate, people hating each other and all that. Why not, spread that gift that keeps on giving, like volunteering, giving back
Yeah,
to the people because them the people that poured into you, so why not pour back into them?
exactly. I
Yeah,
would say this too, brother. Like, I respect the Omegas, man. Like Omegas are closely aligned with Alphas, believe it or not, man. Y'all have y'all thing when y'all say friendship is essential to the soul, and that's true.
that's so yeah,
When you think about it, man, good friend gonna keep you out of danger. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? A good friend, like Jonathan was for David. A good friend gonna be there. And that matters, man. When you surround yourself with people, man, and we all carry that fire, whether it's Alpha Phi Alpha, Phi Nu Pi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, Iota Phi Theta. We know that's brotherhood. So we're all united in some way. We're all connected in
yeah,
some way, shape, or form, man. And each group got their mission on how they gonna get what they gotta get, man. But when it all comes together in unity, that Psalm 133, that brother come together like a precious ointment.
yeah,
It's good, brother.
yeah, for sure. Most definitely. So, how can young men find purpose instead of pressure?
Man, really understanding yourself, that self-awareness piece. You have to figure out your why in life. And that's really
Yeah,
difficult for a young man to figure out what they want to do or why they want to do it because it's so much distracting in them from what's going on. It
yeah,
takes a strong core, a strong family, a strong nuclear family centered mentorship at an early age to really direct them in the right path.
path, yeah,
So when you trying to figure out your purpose and stuff like this, man, you got to figure out your why. Why you doing what you doing? Your purpose doing it. Like the reason why I go so hard right now, the reason why I'm so focused on working with my boys, man, I got a daughter. I
yeah,
became a father to a young girl. We both got daughters. So,
yeah,
and we both men. We both in fraternities.
yeah,
We both play at sports. We know what's out
yeah,
there. We know what's so I looked at it like, well, if this is my daughter got to pick from, but shit, I gotta go train some up.
yeah,
I gotta make sure they right for my daughter because I think the world of her.
yeah,
So I'll make sure she end up with a good husband, so she could be a good wife. And if the
yeah,
Lord see he allow me to see her get I walk down the aisle and she get married and I'll be a granddaddy at some point, man. It's like that's the blessing. But
yeah,
for me, it's like man, my daughter. That was my why, my purpose. When that went before, I didn't even know she was gonna be there. I didn't know I was gonna have a little girl. But but when she came, no, everything changed, brother.
oh yeah, it
Every-
does.
Everything changed, man. So man, and it keeps me going, man. I wouldn't want to go other way. But it was, man, like I need for strong men, strong male leadership, particularly in our community, to where it was one of those things where, man, like you ask yourself, man, if you don't do it, who will?
It
So
will, yeah,
it's one of those things you have to do, brother.
yeah, so true. Yeah, you definitely have to step up to the plate and be
Yeah,
able to do that. Yeah, so true. So, we talked, about your involvement in the community, right? So now we're going to talk about the brotherhood aspect and, us being UAAM, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so we met through United African American Men, which we formerly called UAAM, right? Why is
Yes,
the
sir.
brotherhood important in today's world?
Man, it's an old saying, brother. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, you're gonna need a team with you, right?
Yep,
So the brotherhood matters because you're all aligned, you're on one accord, and everybody's good at what they doing. You see what I'm saying? So you in the military field, I got other brothers in the military field, I got brothers that's in the law field, brothers in the education field, brothers in the engineering field, work with government agencies, things and that man, and the collective as a whole is like the unifying body. You know what I'm saying? You have the hands, the heart, you got your feet. Every is a function. Everybody got a function
Yep.
and is all serving something, right? So for
Mhm.
me, brotherhood is everything. And you want to surround yourself with good people, man. Like, you get friendships for life,
Yep.
those things, man. I can't even begin to tell you, man, how many times my brothers, my fraternity brothers and brothers that's not in my fraternity, other brothers that in my fraternity, particularly my Q brothers. I got a lot of friends that are Qs, man.
Yep.
Those brothers, man, been there. Noops, all that, man. Like Sigmas. I mean, go down the line. Iolas. Those are good men. Everybody got something good to bring, man. So when you surround yourself with good people, man, that's what it is. And it's like this. Everything in nature has given us a sign. When you look at turkeys, you don't see no eagles hanging with no turkeys. You see a
Mhm.
chicken. A chicken might fly up to about three to 10 feet at the maximum. They eat
Yeah.
little worms and stuff like that, eat little corn, whatever they throw down on the ground. Now, an eagle is going up, 15,000, 10,000 feet in the air. It
Yep.
eats. You bring, you bring a worm to an eagle, he gonna look at that like, man, what I'm gonna do with this worm? I need this, I need this salmon. You bring that
Yeah.
same, you bring that same salmon to a turkey or chicken, they gonna look at it like, what I'm gonna do with this, man? What my worm at?
Yeah.
This is what it is, brothers. You got to figure out, your pack. You know, you got to
Mhm.
hang with your pack. You gotta fly with the eagles. And as eagles, sometimes we do gotta come down to pick some people up. And that's what it is. So
Yep.
when you surround yourself with brotherhood, brother, man, it creates that good unity, man, and it keeps you going, man. It's accountability system. You know, I look
Yes.
at all my brothers. I look at you, man. Man, I look at brothers, man. Like, man, y'all inspire me, man. Like that keep me going. Not in a like a rivalry type way or nothing like this. It's like you got your
Yep.
house, man. Hey, man, what's up, man? Hey, aren't you got him a crib now and all that? Man, now it's like, I got to get myself together. And instead of being selfish, you think you got to do it your own, let me ask him how he got it. So what you had to go through, what you did, man. What
Yep.
was your process? You see what I'm saying? And now you able to
Yeah.
share that
Yeah.
information. My line brother Dexter, man, he real big on that, bro. Dex been a financial guru for I don't know how long you know. But I picked up a lot from them. Line Brother Ben, he's another one, man. Like just sitting there, man. I just sometimes want to prick their brains apart on certain stuff. Like,
Yep.
man, look, teach me this, man. What do you mean by this? How you do this? My line brother Ron, man. I talk to him. We chat almost every other day, almost, man. Just picking his brain apart on certain stuff, and we reflecting on how we gotta handle certain things, man. But it's just one of those things, man, where you have people around you, bro. It brings the best out of you.
Yep. I mean, that's so true, man. Like you saying, just, I don't know. I'm glad I was able to meet you, at Grambling State. We established that friendship and we have continued to establish, because I asked you even myself, I'm like, man, Dubop, man, how was the master? I mean, how was the doctorate program? Like, I'm thinking, back in my mind, I said, man, if he could do it, I might could do it too, So I just asked you, about the doctoral program and everything. So, I might think it back in my mind, hey, I might go for a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as you should. I highly encourage you, brother. And you will. You gonna do it.
Yep.
I'm putting it out there in the world. I'm putting that out there in the atmosphere, man. You got that, brother.
Oh
It's
yeah.
already said.
Hey, you got to
Yeah,
speak. Yeah, you got
I
to speak it to existence. That's all you got to
got.
do. Speak it to existence. Yep.
Man, I tell you, as a man think it, so is he. And that's free. You can't think about this,
Yep.
brother, then you only want. Yeah,
Yep.
it costs nothing to think about something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um,
Yeah,
so how do men support each other emotionally?
man, that's an awesome question, man. Like honestly, what we doing right now? Yeah, we talking and we you know we tying pieces together. And we talk about the careers and everything like this, man. But this therapy all by itself, man. When brothers could
Oh yeah,
exchange ideas, and I always say men unacquainted shake hands, exchange greetings. Cordiality exists among all by within. You know, like you have those things, man. Like you able to talk and communicate, and you be able to support each other by listening to each other, man, and getting seeking advice, seeking counsel. You know what I'm saying? Like
yep,
bounce ideas off. And if this brother good for you, he ain't gonna lead you down the wrong path. You know, he'll
hmm
tell you, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you, I don't want to go that route. I'm gonna go that route. But you let's say, man, you know how it is when we all frat brothers get together and stuff like this, man. You know, you get some of that oil in you or something like this, man.
yep,
You know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And it's like, hey, bro,
yep,
let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go back to the crib. Let's go on. Let's get up out of here. You
yep,
know, we
mhm,
at our limit right now. Let's shut it down. You know, wife, kids. Let's go on. We got a lot ahead of us. You know, we got a lot. You know, we got a lot
yep.
going on. We don't need to put ourselves in no situation, bro. We gonna where we could potentially lose out on all of the blessings that the Lord gave us.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
that's good friends. They're gonna keep you accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
That's how you support each other through accountability. We're accountability
yep,
partners. You know, you being righteous. You know, man, look, let's keep ourselves, let's keep ahead. They even counsel you on how to maneuver through certain things. If you find yourself in a situation where, all right, man, look, man, this really bothers me how I handle this. And I always go to my OGs for advice, man. My OG, your friend brother, man, Q Gamma Gamma, man. My OG barber, man. Like I holler at him about some things, man. Look, brother, I need some advice on this, man. I need you to drop one of them
yeah.
gems on me real. And you know, he'll lace me up, man. You know, he'll tell me how to handle certain things, man. But I obviously seek advice from older men too, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah, definitely old heads, man. They have a lot more experience than we have, and they've been through a lot more in life that we haven't encountered yet. So, just getting that advice for them is I'm the same way. Like I like talking to older gentlemen, giving their gist and advice on certain issues and certain
yeah,
problems. They're able to give us some keen advice that we might could carry on in life.
man, the Bible said, man, seek wisdom, bro. It is the most
Yep.
precious, most valuable thing you could ever have. And, wisdom comes from experiences throughout life and things of that nature. Not just the age itself, but just the experiences and how you handle it.
Experience. Yep.
And if you're an upright person, man, if you live in an upright life, you're doing things the upright, even if you may have slipped and fell, excuse me, in the
Yep.
past, you upright now, and you were able to tell somebody, all right, man, this is how you pick yourself up from going through what you're going through. You know, man, you
Oh
lift your
yep.
head up, man. You keep your head held
Mm-hmm.
high, man. You maneuver through things.
Yep.
You know, you learn to handle it. So yeah, that's important, bro. That's key to it, man. You gotta, be a good brother, man. Willing to do for your brother as you want to do for yourself. That's
Yep.
the golden rule to
Yeah.
live by. You know.
Yep. That's so true. So, what does healthy masculinity look like to you?
I would say this, man. Healthy masculinity look like a man that is that's striving to be upright. And I
Yeah.
say striving because it's trying and trying to be successful with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
struggle and you know what I'm saying? That's why I strive and come together, the struggle and trying, because the walk ain't easy, brother. You know what it
Easy.
is?
Yep.
It's but you know, being what is masculine like just striving to be a good man, trying to be upright, being a God fearing man,
Yep.
keeping God first in your life, understanding what He wants from you, what He wants out of you, and understanding as a man the position that you were in and what you were created for and how to lead, being humble. You know,
Mm-hmm.
ask them for help when you need help. Don't think you got to do it all by yourself. Um, I would say a patient person. You got to be
Yep.
patient, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff gonna come at you different directions. You got to be
Yep.
patient. You got to be a consulting man. Start with the Lord, man. You know, what, whatever book you gonna Bible, Quran, Tanakh, whatever you gonna read, man. Find you some direction and some clarity of a higher power that's gonna keep you directed on the right path, man.
Yep.
And that's the thing, you know, staying on the right path, being that type of man that's able that want to be providing for their family, you know,
Yep.
protecting womanhood, the chastity of womanhood, that's being a good
Mm-hmm.
role model, understanding that other people are looking at you, even when you think they ain't, they are.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
That's what it means by the positive masculinity, man. It don't have nothing to do with your sexual orientation or anything like that. Whatever you do, that's on you. Don't care about that. But
Yep.
your how you conduct your affairs, how you handle your business, how you treat people determines that more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see
Yep.
a strong buff dude that act like a little,
Yep.
say the word.
Mm-hmm.
You can be like DAN, whatever the case is. You know how people talk and stuff like that, but
Yep.
you know what I mean? You mask and
Yep.
having some restraint, control. You mentioned earlier about maintaining composure.
Yep.
That's what masculine. That's somebody that can maintain composure. That's positive. That's
Mm-hmm.
masculinity right there. You know, not losing your
Yep.
cool, not sitting that bed. You know,
Yep.
controlling your emotions and,
Yep.
and staying
Because
poised. Poised.
yeah, because I mean, if you do those outbursts and those if you get your emotions is just stirring up and then you just get out of control, that person know that they got to you. They done got, they done stirred you up. So they know what
Mhm.
triggers you. So that's why they try to do that to you. But you gotta be able to maintain it and control it. That's the biggest problem. We just have to control it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know, the Bible say, be sober, be vigilant, because the devil,
mhm.
your adversary, out like a lion seeing he could devour.
Yep.
You gotta stay of sound mind, man. You gotta maintain your peace of mind more than anything.
Mhm.
That's master. Let somebody
Yep.
understand that and know that, and don't deviate from nothing that's gonna get them off track from it.
Yep. Yeah, that's so true. So, I gotta ask you some quick rapid fire questions, man. We talked about, our brotherhood and UAAM. So now I'm gonna ask you some quick rapid fire questions. You ready for them?
Let's go. Let's go knock it out, brother.
All right. Favorite book that changed your life?
The Bible, hands down.
Oh yeah, basic book, basic instruction before leaving Earth.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah.
Advice to an 18-year-old self. If you was,
Say less, listen more.
oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
One myth about mental health.
That it don't affect us. It don't affect black people. It don't affect black men. When
That's a lie.
we have cases of mental health issues.
Yeah. Everybody have mental health issues. It don't matter what color, no, what race, what ethnicity. We all get
Yeah.
affected by some type of mental health in our
No
lifetime.
matter religion, nationality, anything like that, man. It affects all
Yep.
of us.
Yep. Sure do. So this is a good one. It's a big one. What's your favorite New Orleans food?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Man, look, I and don't nothing beat me like a good stuffed bell pepper with some baked spaghettis on the side of it. That's my ultimate go-to right there. I ain't even gonna front like I'll say that's home for me right there.
Oh man, my favorite New Orleans food is that I already probably mentioned before, but that crawfish etouffee. That's
Yeah,
that's my
it's
junk.
Yeah, it's up there. It's like 1A, 1B. You can't go wrong with either one of them, bro. And if you
Yeah.
find somebody that really know how to trick a bell pepper, you get some crawfish inside of one, bro. I
Oh, for
seen this
real?
done. Oh man, bro, look, tell you, bro, they get creative out there. Yeah, man. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, if you could fix one problem in education tomorrow, what would it be?
I would do, and this might sound controversial, but there's research out there that supports it. I would do single gender classroom. You know, I would have
Mhm.
boys with boys, girls with girls, up until the point where they could get to like maybe high school,
Yeah.
because boys they learn at different rates, right? And they have
Hmm.
different learning in general. So if you have the boys all together, you cut out a lot of the social behaviors that we see. Because think about it when we was in school, right? When that girl came in there, all the boys like, what happens?
Yeah.
But somebody they gonna try to get the attention. They gonna all,
Yep.
somebody gonna act cut, somebody gonna cut up. They gonna have one,
Yep.
two gang, yeah, one this and that. Man, that testosterone start to kick in. So now they trying to jockey for get the attention and stuff like this. But you just take that away, and you ain't got to worry about it. Then you got a lot of the boys. What I've seen is, man, that are real smart. You get them one on one, but they play dumb in front of other people. They act like
Oh
that's
yeah.
the cool thing.
Yeah.
So,
They don't.
go on. I'm sorry.
No, my bad. I cut you off, but you got some young men that they smart, but they don't want their friends to know that they're intelligent. It's nothing wrong with being intelligent. You could be intelligent. That's like, some of the good inventors, some of some of
Definitely.
these school teachers, like, you don't never know what you're gonna grow up to be. Because, like you said, I'm gonna go caveat to what you said earlier. Like, we all strive. We good in sport. Everybody's not gonna make it to the NFL. Everybody's not gonna make it to the NBA. Everybody's not gonna make it in professional sports. We have to have something outside of sports to be able to fall back on and be able to, continue life. Because life ain't gonna stop life, and you're gonna have bills, you're gonna have everything. You're gonna have a family like to
Yeah.
provide for. So we have to have something, a fallback plan, a plan A and a plan B.
You mentioned one thing too that I want to just piggyback off and expand on a little. You mentioned something about they don't want to seem smart because at sometimes they may think that they gonna get picked on, teased on, like how you said,
Yep.
because they assume being smart is being soft. See,
Yep, soft. Yep.
like, oh, you smart, man. You soft. You ain't, like,
Yep.
I don't understand that, because the brain is a muscle too. You got to work that out too. Like
Yeah.
that's and I tell any, especially my young athletes that definitely they got that the NFL, NBA dream and stuff like this. Man,
Hmm.
you tweak your ankle one bad time, do something happen like this, and man, you gonna need a brain to fall back on. You gonna need something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That gonna have to work something. The brain ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna need something else to do. So we have to erase that being smart equals being soft. Or the
Soft.
old
Yeah.
time, probably heard this back in the day. You sound white. You
Mm.
think you white because you soft. Like, nah.
Yep.
It ain't that bad, bro. I yellow dude, bro, with curly hair growing up. That was I had to deal with that a lot. But I'm just saying, man, we have to change that narrative. So, like I
Yeah,
said,
we
it
do.
goes back to the point where I'm saying about those single gender classroom. Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu done a great study on this, done all the research, man. And you read that book, Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys, it'll break down the reasons why and stuff like that. And I concur with that and I support that. And I think that should happen too, but not just black boys, just all boys in
Yeah.
general. Girls, and at a certain point when they get to high school, when that maturity level kicks in, because now we've worked on those soft skills, they know how to handle certain things in high school. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
You know how to handle certain things, how to do that, how to have a positive relationship with each other as opposed to bickering and fighting and things of that nature.
Yeah, I look at they got those two HBCUs, Spelman, then you got Morehouse.
Yes, sir.
Morehouse are all 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 African American boys, and you got Spelman, all African American women.
Mhm.
So most
And
definitely.
typically what you find is that Spelman man going, I'm sorry, excuse me, that Morehouse man gonna marry that Spelman woman. They usually
Women.
they that's they tie into that together. And
Yeah,
believe it or not, there's other people in our community that do all that stuff too, like or Jack and Jill. When they got upper middle class black kids, they all socializing together and they coming in, they gonna match up with those people and stuff like that. So it goes to a greater deal when it comes to just education in general, but I think that would be one thing that would definitely help out. And if you look at certain schools like we have out here in the DFW area, whether it's Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy, you look at the scores at that school, all boys school, they produce.
yeah,
They out the park, man. When you have to deal with certain distractions and stuff like this, and they're able to handle certain things differently.
yeah, yeah. That's I would like to see some of that happen. Hopefully in the near future rather than later. So,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
but I got to get off subject real quick, but I forgot to mention it a while ago, but you know, when you cross UAM, I still call you to the day Duboc,
Right.
but we got to know the reason behind that name Duboc.
Maurice Fervin is the reason why I got the name Dubop. That's Big Brother Mo, man. Shout out to Mo.
Yeah,
Uh,
shout out to Mo.
so man, I literally, bro, we had a little sit one night, man, and we wrestling and all that stuff like this, man. We were in the mud though, so it was like it was just some thing slippery. Mo got me down on one run. You ain't from. Cause I went to Desran. I played football at Desran. Mo Mo went to West Jeff or John Harris, one of them schools on the West Bank, but we'd always beat them boys. We never lost against no city school or nothing like that. Well, you ain't from no Desert. You from Dubai. You from Dubai. And it stuck, bro. Stuck.
Yep,
It stuck, man. It stuck ever since fall 2006, man.
yep,
I Dubai. And you have to know me in order to know me as Dubai. See, you, my brother, you know me as Dubai, but
yep,
everybody Man, I go other places and they do Dubai and I turn around. So, no, don't worry about it. This you got to know me on a different level to know me at Dubai.
yeah,
You're like you big country, you know. How you got your nickname, big country.
yep,
Mo country from Ox, man. It was like strong as an ox. I have boys. You got big country
yep,
boys.
yep. Well,
Hey,
yeah.
can contain you, man. Nigga strong.
Oh man, yeah, those were some good times, man. I ain't gonna lie, those I remember like it's yesterday, man. Working out in your living room, and we had a weight set. Yeah,
No, man. Hey, man, look here, brother. On behalf of all the other brothers too that was there at the time, Nando and all of us, bro, I apologize for doing my part on hitting that strawberry cranberry juice you had, bro. I mean, what you had left that. Hey, bro, we all hitting now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm on my part of it. Hey, we
yeah,
showed
yeah,
it back.
yeah,
We get got a little better, man.
yeah,
You,
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
we came up, bro, through the county market, bro. Getting
Oh
that
yeah,
pit
definitely.
special and all that, boy. Trying
Oh
to,
yeah, that peak five.
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
right? That Pig
Hmm.
Five, bro, was doing it all. Man. Trying to stretch all that food out, bro. Trying to just and help
Uh-huh.
you them. But think about it, bro. We was 18, 19, 20 something years old trying to figure that
Yep.
out all on our own. Like, and even then we had the sense to like, all right, let's chip some stuff together, man. Look, everybody over here, we piling up over here. We gonna figure it out. You know, who on campus, who ain't on campus, man. Look, y'all know the spot at. Go to Drew. Go by,
Yep.
go by. Well, we got this. Everybody, we gonna rally over there. And man, but it's stuff like that, honestly, man. No, bro, like that. They kept it going, man. Cause think about it, man. We could easily been doing other things. Think how many dudes we
Oh yeah.
started. that necessarily didn't finish and just dropped out altogether and didn't finish on their career, didn't do nothing else. But it was like, man, that support that we had with each other, bro, like we kept each other out of trouble, bro. We knew we was gonna be with each
Yeah,
other. We ain't doing nothing that was foul out of pocket. We gonna play the game. We gonna laugh. We gonna go to a party or something like that, bro. We gonna come back.
yeah,
We just, man, we stayed to ourselves, bro. We stayed out of
yeah.
trouble, man. It was good. It was a good bonding thing, man. And like that stuff carries on for life, bro. We got stories, man, that we will probably could take to our grave, bro. Like, it's
Oh
just
yeah,
the things that we done and what we experienced man, at the G. Yeah, it's the Jimmy, bro. It was a lot, boy. You had the GMC Jimmy, man.
oh yeah. That blazer, that old gas guzzler. That's what I call it.
uh with A Hall had the swangers. Remember he had the
Yeah, he had the Buick LeSabre.
yeah when he had to
Mm.
go get his and all this stuff. It was H-Town, bro. Like I mean, we were just figuring stuff out, bro. And
Yeah. Sure.
but we got together. Jay had the Cadillac, Nando had the
Oh
Bird,
yeah.
and the
Yeah, he
Thunder.
he always walking there, man. What's up, West Side, man? What's up,
Yeah,
man?
yeah, 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 bro. Those man, dog. I cherish that stuff, man. If I could do it all over again, the good and the bad,
Yeah,
I'll do it again. But you know, I love the fact that we still able to connect now. That we older,
yeah.
mature. We getting closer to that 40 club, bro. Like,
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just to see where we at in life, man, to see all the work that you doing, man. Your career in the military, bro. Like you getting close to retirement, right?
yeah. I'm at 17 years, man.
Hey, bro, come on, like
17.
that country, bro. You did 17 years in the military, bro, and you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like it just seemed like it went like that.
Yep,
You-
you're right.
And I can remember when you left, when you came back, bro, you was man, slim as I don't know what. I'm like, man, this country, the hell was gone, everything. You had the braids, you left, you left
Yep,
with us with braids, you came back, and buzz cut up, man. Like, look at this cat here. Yeah, dog. Like, man, that was the best, bro. That was the best time of my life, man.
yeah, man. I'll never forget that, man. I always cherish those moments, man. And just when we just sit here and reminisce about all the old good times, and we used to have our disagreements, our arguments, and especially when Mo punched that hole in your wall, uh, that
And I
was
got kicked.
crazy.
I got kicked out of the group because somebody else stuff. That wasn't even my issue. It was everybody else's
Yep.
issue. I got kicked out, but that was a blessing in disguise too. I got to move off campus. That refund got bigger ball.
Oh,
Oh, that refund for moving off campus, bro. That's different. Oh
yep,
man, I had to splurge a little, go to Raising Cane's, get that Caniac at that time. I was big time. That was
yeah.
real player.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
most definitely, man.
I remember that like yesterday. Come to think about it, Mobile did put that on. Oh, brother,
Yep, he
hot.
put that hole. Yep, he put that hole in the wall because he got mad at something, and he
Mm,
he fooled around and punched that hole in the wall. I said, "Dang."
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but those were
Young,
good
young,
times, man.
young, and a lot of, young and a lot of energy, man. Just,
Oh yeah, 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 most definitely.
yeah, man. But
But yeah, those were good old days, man.
oh yeah,
So right now, I want you to look in this camera, right? I want you to give one message to the students, parent, and a black man watching this podcast tonight.
message to the students, man. Take your time. Understand that life is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Right?
Don't
Yeah.
rush. To the parents, listen to your students. Listen to your kids. Be observing, be engaging, try to be understanding. And which the last one was black men.
Yep.
Man, be patient with yourself, brother. Don't always be so down on yourself. Even when times get hard, be patient and keep your focus on the Lord more than anything, man. Like allow him to
Mhm.
direct you back and accept the things that that you're going through or whatever He putting you through, and understand there's a greater purpose. And then you just got to stay up, stay strong, and stay with Him. Stay on this side. Stay on the right path. Don't deviate. And that would be my message, brother.
Okay, yeah, man. Big ups to you, brother. I'm proud of you. I appreciate the opportunity. Um, for you to be able to open up your schedule, be able to sit down and give your story and what you have done so far throughout life. I appreciate it, brother.
It is too, brother, man. Thank you for everything, bro. I respect your life. I appreciate what you're doing, man. This is a good look for you, man.
Yeah,
Pray for all of your success, everything that you have going on, man. For you, your wife, your child, uh,
yeah.
your
Likewise,
family,
brother.
back, man, all y'all, man. Thank you, man. This is. I was blessed to have this opportunity, brother, to share it with you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise, I appreciate everything. But hey, y'all have heard it from the man himself. Man, no, my brother from another mother, my friend, my UAAM brother, my D9 brother, man. This is what I'm talking about. This man has a lot of knowledge. He has, this man's an educator, he's a mental health advocate. That's what we need in this community nowadays. And, this is All Gas No Monday. I'm your host, Smoke, where we live every day like it's Friday. And I want to thank Dr. Frank, aka Dubach Smith, for coming on. We appreciate everything and all the advice and words of wisdom that you shared on my platform today.
Yes, sir, brother, man. Thank you too. Have a blessed one, man. Take care.
Yeah, it's your boy Smoke, and I'm gone.
Yeah.